It happens every year, and we are here once again. The post-E3 Doldrums. Weeks of constant video game news, reveals, previews, and leaks culminate with company press conferences and E3 itself, but once it is over, we emerge into a barren wasteland of scant major video game releases and very limited news. We are in the no man's land of the video game news and release calendar right now. Even Bethesda, with QuakeCon this past weekend, didn't even really reveal anything other than some new Doom ports for consoles and the Switch. As awesome as they are, and I do look forward to playing Doom 3 on my Switch, the main news as a result of that is a login glitch for the Doom 1 and 2 ports. So yeah, news is slow. So what are hardcore video game fans to do? Well, it is summer, so you could be like me and spend more time outside. I happen to live in Florida, where it is exceptionally sunny, and on the weekends I spend my time with my wife outside by the pool, the beach, or just hanging out with friends at their houses. It just seems wrong to be in the house when it is so nice outside. Of course, running a new YouTube channel requires that I do spend some additional time indoors, but that's just me. What do you guys do in the summer? One of the things you realize as a person with a YouTube channel is that summer viewership goes way down. People are just doing other things, or instead of watching videos about video games, maybe they are playing them. Personally, I have to walk a fine line of making sure I still get to play the games I enjoy. For example, I still haven't been able to play Super Mario Maker 2, which I am incredibly excited about playing. But once we get into the summer, it seems that I have plans every single day, and they usually don't have anything to do with video games. The Switch has helped, and I have made some time this past weekend to jump into Fire Emblem Three Houses and Wolfenstein Youngblood on the Switch, but only because this weekend has had pretty bad weather. The times when I usually do get to play video games, it is with friends. Watching people become infuriated at the unfairness of Super Mario Party still hasn't gotten old, and I continually dominate everyone I know at Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, which makes it boring but still satisfying. So why do I tell you all of this? It is just to say that there's not a whole lot else to talk about. But I enjoy making videos and talking to you guys about what interests me, and while we are in the summer doldrums, this seems to be an appropriate time to let you guys know about me a little bit more. Outside of this channel, I have a pretty demanding job for a pretty big company. I spend about 12 to 14 hours per day at work or commuting to work. I travel pretty regularly for my job, usually all around the United States and sometimes to Canada. The frequent travel is good for my personal travel life, as my wife and I take trips pretty regularly. In the next few months, we have numerous trips planned and frequent flyer status with Delta ensures that we usually travel pretty comfortably. It makes the normal experience of going to an airport not so bad. Travel on airplanes also allows me to catch up on games on my Switch. I enjoy turning off my phone and getting into a good RPG, booting up Skyrim or Zelda again, or jumping into any of the other numerous games I've bought for my Switch but have yet to play. There are a few places you can truly easily unplug, and the airplane is one of them. Most people hate flying, but I actually really enjoy it. I don't know what's wrong with me, but hey, to each their own. Beyond that, most of my time is spent with my wife, and lately, working on videos for this channel. Unfortunately, in the summer doldrums, there's just not a lot to talk about. The games I'm looking forward to the most are Cyberpunk 2077, Starfield, and The Elder Scrolls 6. None of those games are coming out this year, and 2 of them are likely many years away. Instead, there is a pretty solid lineup of games coming this year, starting in about September, so it will be a great time to be a gamer. Still, huge sprawling single-player open-world RPGs are pretty rare, and we have some time to wait for another one. The Outer Worlds seems to be a fantastic experience, but it likely doesn't check that box. I'm sure I will play it for dozens of hours and enjoy it tremendously, but games on the scale of Skyrim, The Witcher 3, or Zelda Breath of the Wild only come around once every few years. Most recently we had Red Dead Redemption 2, but that was more of a story-driven action game than it was an RPG. It did have an amazing open world to explore and that was beautiful and realistic, so I enjoyed it, but unfortunately it doesn't hold a candle to the other games I previously mentioned when it comes to replay value. Right now I am about 4 hours into Fire Emblem Three Houses and it is amazing. It is much better than I was expecting, but I know that there are many more hours left to go. I'll eventually do a review on the game, I think, but it won't be for a little while because this game is huge. It isn't an open world RPG though, but it is a very in-depth strategy RPG with a great story and lots of good dialogue so far. I am surprised at how much I'm liking it, to be honest. Anyway, if you made it this far in the video, then thank you so much for watching. I launched this channel in early February and it has continued to grow at a pace that I would have never expected. I really do enjoy talking with you guys in the comments, whether it is about Starfield, the Elder Scrolls, the Switch, or anything else really. The sense of community that is developing gives me hope, and each and every one of you that take the time out of your days to watch the videos I make is more appreciated than you'll ever know. So I just wanted to tell you, thank you. Now, get into that backlog of games and finish, or start, something you've been meaning to get to. Now is the perfect time.